Consumer behavior analysis. The consumer behavior analysis is one of the interesting concepts in the microeconomics. This explains how the consumer allocates his income by his rationality in a way such a way that the utility from his drives is the maximized. So the consumer behavior analysis is the one of the interesting concepts of the microeconomics, and the consumer behavior analysis is the how the consumer behaves in the market in the spending of his income, and the overall the behavior of the consumer in the market, so that he can allocate his income, limited income, or his the large part of the income in a market such that he can gain the output from the consuming of the his income. So the higher level of the satisfaction is the consumer equilibrium, and the consumer want to get the main focus of the consumer is to get the highest level of the satisfaction, and the this can be gained by the consumer through the rationality of the consumer. So there are the different reasons why the consumer wants to get the satisfaction. So the reason behind the consumer to get the satisfaction has the many reasons. The main reason is that he has earned his income through the hard work, through the hardship. So he wants to spend his income in a way that the satisfaction or from the income which he want to spend has to be go in a very highest level of the satisfaction. If this is the gained by the consumer, so he will become the very satisfied by spending of his income. The this become the basic reason. The further moving to the next, that the consumer will gain the highest level of the satisfaction. So the next he want to consume more units of the his that unit to get the marginal utility, and that can be contributed towards the total utility, and the consumer spends his the next part of his income in that goal, so that the income or the satisfaction can be increased in a very certain levels. When he this is the thing which the consumer will be addressing, or the consumer want to hold his income in that way, so he can spend in that particular product or the in the thing which he can be gain the maximum utility. So the to in the addressing of the consumer equilibrium, or the understanding of the analysis of the, there are the consumer equilibrium, there are the two things: cardinal utility and the ordinal utility. Cardinal utility, so the first of all we can understand what is the utility. Utility is the thing which the want satisfaction, the power of the goal to satisfy the, or the benefit a person can gain by the spending of his income on a certain thing. So the utility on that thing, what he gets through that. So the some of the features of the utility could become: utility is the subjective. The basic thing of the utility is the subjective. It varies from the person to person, and the one thing which is can be give the utility to one person, so that can't be give the utility to the other person. This the utility is the subjective, and the relative. It is the very relativity, and it has the very relative relationship with this certain thing, and we can't wear this sweater in the summer, so it can become the relative. It always associated with the truly useful product, and it has the certain way that it always it is associated with the truly 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 useful product, and it has its own great impact in this way. And it now comes to the cardinal utility, and further we can understand towards the ordinal utility. The basic thing in the cardinal utility is it is the measure in the numbers. It was given by the Alfred Marshall, and the ordinal economist has criticized more and more on the cardinal utility. So the basic thing is of the cardinal utility is it can be measured in the numerical form. So this is the how the economist on the cardinal utility has give the theory that it can be measured in a very truly measurable in the numerical form. So money serves as a measure of the utility. And the thing next thing is in the assumption is that the money serves as the measurable rod of the utility. So the money is the main role has the main role in the addressing of the utility. With the spending of the more money, the consumer can get the highest level of the satisfaction on the certain way which he want to spend in a particular way. So the money serves as the measuring rod. So and the this third assumption could become the very critical, and it cannot be it cannot be assumed by a rational man that the marginal utility of money is constant, and it cannot be assumed by a rational person that the consistently the marginal utility of the money is the constant. This is the not the thinking of the rational person, but it is the of the cardinal utility. So in this age of the knowledge, this assumption can't be fitted in this way, and the consumer wants to spend with his income in getting towards the consistency and the increase in the utility. So he wants to spend in that way, and this assumption can't be fitted in a certain way. And the independent utility, and there are the cause of the independent utility. So they have the great role in understanding the overall utility. And next is the law of diminishing marginal utility. So the highest role is of the law of diminishing marginal utility. The the diminishing marginal utility will go on and acts as the central role in the cardinal approach of the theories. When the consumer spends, the utility decreases by the spending on the more and more of his income in a certain ways, and this provides the decreasing of the in the marginal utility. The reason behind the decreasing of the marginal utility is that the satisfaction from that good the consumer gets will goes on increasing with the every next unit which he consumes. Even more and more units of the same thing is being consumed. At the end, the satisfaction from the consuming of that good will goes on decreasing. So by this reason, the law of diminishing marginal utility has the direct relationship with with the with cardinal approach. So these are the some of the things which has to be understood, and the uniform quality and the size and the quality of the things is to be set as the uniform. This is not fun, and the taste preferences and the income of the consumers has set as the constant. It is also not possible that the consumer taste preferences, and the income consumer has the constant over over his spendings throughout the cardinal approach has explained this. No change in the price of the substitutes and complements. So it is has just said that there is a no change in the price of the substitutes and the complements in the overall approach of understanding these concepts. Due to all these reasons, these are the some of the things which has to be understood in the cardinal approach. Further, we can go to the ordinal approach of the understanding of the consumer behavior.